You love factory games, but you don't like that sometimes it takes you hours and hours to actually create a nice factory? Well, automate it maybe for you. This is a free demo as part of Next Festival. Don't hesitate to check in the video description below if you want to also check it out. I love free demos in particular when they show you a lot. In this free demo, as you can see, there is multiple levels. There's actually already 13 levels just into this demo world, and then there's going to be multiple others when the game releases, right? Another super cool concept of this game is you are directly linked to global ranking through Steam. So if you look, for example, at my level 4, I am number 68 globally, and actually, if you look at the time, I have the same time as also number 65, but they have people that have a better time than me. But it is not time, in terms of how quickly I'm doing it, it's how efficient my factory is. You basically have as much time as you want to create an efficient factory, but then you run your factory and you see how quickly it's going to be. So let me show you how this game works. So basically each level will look like this. So, it can be bigger, smaller, but you have a smaller area. It's not like you have a whole world. You have a small area to play with. You can have some starting resources, mines if you wish, right? For example, here you have an iron mine, here you have a stone mine, another iron mine, another stone mine. They may already have some building place, especially in the first few levels, or they may not. And you have an objective, right? My objective is to deliver 100 support beams in 1.2 minutes. There's also some secondary or optional objective like completing 30 seconds or less and use less than 294 power, so of number of buildings if you wish and things like this, right? And then basically it's all on you. You're gonna have different logistics, like you can have elevators, you can have conveyor belts, etc. You can have different machines, miscellaneous like storage and whatnot. And then it's on you again to make it as efficient as possible. So for example, in this level, here we have a machine. And by the way, sorry, if you click on the objective, you will see how to make whatever you're supposed to make. So how to make support beams, you need an advanced press machine that will take 120 of stone blocks and 60 of iron pipe. How to make iron pipe, you need basically a cutting machine. How to make stone blocks, you need a cutting machine, but from iron and from stone. Right? So that's the idea, and again you can see all of these also when you click on different buildings. You'll see the recipes, what's coming and whatnot. So to make it even better, instead of 2, let's have 4, because we have some more productions too. So let's go, we're gonna put a machinery. We need a cutting machine here, good. We're gonna need a splitter, where are you? Here. I'm gonna align the splitter, right, actually let's put it all the way there. And this conveyor belt is gonna go inside, okay. So we are bringing now these items, so we need now the stones. There is stones on this side already basically done, so that one is easy, just connect it like this. But now we need also stone on this side. All right, so we're gonna do the same. I'm gonna split it one time, and then we're going to split it again and again. One conveyor is needed here. And then we need to cut it, cutting machine. It is cutting, right? Let's double check. It is a cutting machine indeed. So let's go, cutting machine, cutting machine, cutting machine, cutting machine. And then these two here, they will go there. And these two there, they will go here, right? Connected, connected. They all seem to be connected well. So let's restart it. With the first time, we couldn't even finish it in 1.2 minutes. The second time we got it 1.3. Now we double it, so it should be a lot less, right? 35 seconds or 34 seconds. That is great. With this, we move to rank 33. Now we can do better. There are people that have managed to do it with 30 seconds. It's not like a huge jump, but they definitely basically managed to make it a bit more efficient, probably, less kind of connections. The connections must be closer to each other. So I guess one way would be to bring... I'm not too sure, to be honest, how they did it. Don't hesitate to tell me in the comments below if you did it. But again, this is sort of the factory builder, but also the puzzle, right, concept. And in particular, if you move into some more advanced levels, you will see that you need to start using elevators and much more to kind of manage all of your productions at once. But that was just level 4, so it's gonna get a lot more complex very quickly. Let's move to level 6, for example. In level 6, first of all, you already have 2 different places, right? You have a mountain and a place down. In the place down, you have 120 of iron. In the place up, you have 60 of wood and 120 of iron. I can guarantee you that in this one, you're gonna need to use elevators, for example. I have an elevator over here, another one there, 2 here. This is going to be critical because you're never going to be able to have all of your belts on top of each other. On top of it, this one definitely gets more complex because if you look at, the production, there's a lot more steps, and there's also the complexity that sort of, if you look at, at the final step, the advanced cutting machine that's going to make stellar nexus singularity using power cables and quantum core singularity. Both of these, right, the quantum core singularity and the power cable, both of these, they require some wood at the beginning of their production chain. But there is only one wood production. Alright, so you know that already you're going to need to sort of share the resources between those two production chains, and at the end they're going to go together. Now on this one, I've done pretty well, as you can see, almost in the top 10 with this 1 minute and 21 seconds, but somebody has definitely managed to do a lot better, 46 seconds. I mean, this is a huge jump versus my production, despite me basically using everything else. So that just means they've been a lot more kind of efficient in placing the factories, in having the right belt in the right places, those type of things. So this game definitely has a lot of complexity. I know it's a sentence that's used often, but I think it's really true in this game, where it's easy to understand, easy to play, but it's very hard to master, especially when you start moving into more advanced levels, where not only you're gonna have to deal with the complexity I just highlighted now, but also with the complexity of fluids, of gas, of also different speed for the belt. We have this belt over here that has a resource cost, or power cost, if you wish, of 2, and the max speed is 120. Well, this one is going to have a max speed of 240, but it's going to cost 4 of resource in terms of energy. And this is also where it can get quite important to check this one here of how much power you're using if you want to get a star. But yeah, this is the increased complexity, right, with new machines over here for fluids and gases. But look at the complexity also of this machine, right? To make just 60 of solar lighting module, we're gonna need to do all of those things. So there is definitely a lot more complexity in this game as you move into different levels. And you can see also over here, we have different pieces, and every time there is not that much space, right? So you have to deal with that space and make something work. Look at this one too. It may not look like the most complex production chain. Look at the space that you have. You have very little space over here, very little space there, and then a bit more on this side, but not that much either, right? And 3 levels to deal with. So we're gonna play with that one and see what we can do. And here is the first solution that I made. And as you can see, more and more elevators everywhere that we're starting to use. And this got me something like in the top 20, but I think we can improve it. And in particular, now let me show you some simple things we can do to improve it. We can run it and see where the problem is. Well, the first problem we can see is that these 2 ones are already done, right? We've already delivered what we need to. This one is still coming. Just the first ones are coming. So we need to try to make this one, come faster. This will definitely help. Now, one way we can make it faster is, the less belt, right, the less distance, the better. So for example, here, this goes here, this goes down, this goes over here. We can probably do that a bit shorter, right? Let's delete this, and that one. And basically, instead of having to go all the way there and come back, let's try the other way around. If I do it like this, that should be a lot less. Well, not a lot less, but it's a couple of seconds that will improve for sure. And there's probably other places like this that we can do, like over here. Let's see. So this one, like maybe just moving this over here would help. Let me see where else. This feels very untidy. Like this probably can be improved for sure. This is also very slow. Like this part here, right? This is only 30 per minute, so this is very slow. So the closest we can put it to this will be better. So maybe I just even move these ones closer here. Will gain me a couple of seconds too. Since this one is 60, so it's 120, right? So for example, this belt being long is not a problem. This belt here being 60, being long is a bit of a problem. So we may want to change that one. I haven't actually used any of the also faster belts, but I don't think we need to here. We're definitely not using all of our powers, so that's good. But yeah, let's try this one and see. I mean, those ones are already finished, but hopefully we gain a couple of seconds. We need to maintain 60 per minute for 60 seconds. So it's coming. There is basically all of the time to get to that 60 is what we need to try to reduce. Okay, it is. Let's see. We have managed now to do 146. I think I was at like 149 or something with the previous. So we're still not in the top 20, but we're getting there. And you can see also, by the way, how much do we have to improve if we want to get, to be the first at 113. So it is significant, but it's also not like half, right? If you see that the best one is half your speed, then that means it is not about optimizing the belt. It's about you are not using all of the inputs, right? You don't have enough production. For example, if I had made only one of these building machine, I would make, twice the time. So that definitely is a bigger problem. But yeah, as I just said, I probably need to try to reorganize this a bit. Let me try to work on that. So I've reorganized a bit, as you can see, especially this corner here is a lot tighter, right? We have a very small belt now for the 60. This belt also for the 60 is pretty small, and actually I just see there is one too many, sorry about that. But yeah, this is a small belt. This one is still pretty long, but I think way smaller than what it was before. I did have, I think, to expand a bit that belt, which is pretty small, it's 30 per minute. But then these ones are a lot closer, right? So all in all, I think it's going to be better. I don't know by how much though. So let's check it out together. We can see that this is already done and this is starting now. Okay, now I think they're all starting. Perfect. So yeah, we are starting to have perfect 60 and it's taking a couple of seconds to get there. Let's see. And the result 142. We have improved by 3 seconds or so. We are now in the top 20 and got all full star, by the way. So that's really cool. That's really cool. Now we can still do better though, right? There's still quite a few seconds. I mean, honestly, congrats. Global rank #1. I think definitely congrats. This is great. I don't have a perfect idea right now. There is still many other levels we haven't done in the demo and many others over here. I do also want to mention that clearly this game is going to have tons of replayability because they're planning not just this campaign that I just showed you, but also some weekly challenges, some random challenges, right, and much more. And especially I think also this element of the global ranking, I think really helps to put some replayability because, you're going to want to try to get to #1 and, maybe one day you go from #1 to #2 and then you're going to try to replay it to see what you can do to get back to your top position. So unfortunately we didn't manage to get global rank #1, but we are definitely in those top ranking here, so I'm happy with that. Don't hesitate to tell me in the comments below if you want me to play this one more on the channel, and also if you want to see it when it releases. I think it is definitely coming in 2025, so we shouldn't have too long to wait. Thank you for watching, smash like button, and I hope to see you next time.